Hi, everybody. We start exactly at the time of our webinar today. Unfortunately, there was a mistake, and we will continue this webinar and repeat it again in 3 hours from now. So let me just start with the current version. This is the first one, and in 3 hours, we will do the second one. So today's topic is contact center and Skyrocket customer and employee experience, how we do this. I'm Elena from Ender Turing, the CEO, and I'm AI enthusiast, and I really love customer experience and employee experience topic. So for the 30-minute structure today, first that we will discuss is what is customer experience. And it seems to be a dumb question, but really not everybody can formulate it easily and understandable for all the stakeholders. What is employee experience, which is more a new thing, even newer. And then we will jump into customer experience and employee experience stakeholders in contact center and beyond. And then go to a meaningful measurement and ROI on it. And I will share useful resources. So I will share my face from here. What's customer experience? Is it a metric? Is it a feeling? Is it customer service? No, we cannot reduce customer experience only to a number or only to a customer service. In general, there is a great answer by Customer Experience Professional Association that I really love. Customer experience is a chain of interconnected perceptions that customers have of an organization across all touch points and people. What does that mean, actually? So it means that customer gets our organization at their own perceptions. And how these perceptions are formed. Brand promises form customer perception of an organization. So our marketing messages promise customers something. Our brand motto or slogan promises something to customer. Our sales guys or sales representatives also promise to customer. And then all of it create expectations. And great customer experience is very simple. All promises given are kept. So easy to say, so easy to understand, but so difficult to keep to. Why we actually should care about customer experience and how it influences business outcomes. Experience Management Institute created a great report 3 years ago, but I'm sure it's absolutely valid until now, across 20 different industries, figuring out 5 business outcomes of great customer experience. So first of all, customers that mark companies with great customer experience say that they are ready to buy more from those companies. They are highly likely, like 94% likely, to recommend these companies to their friends and family and on the internet. They are more likely to forgive some bad experiences if the overall experience with this company is great. They trust company more, and they are ready to try new offerings immediately. 60% of people who see the company as a great customer experience provider, ready to buy. But yeah, these great numbers, and we all would love to have that, but what's about poor? Let's compare it. So you see, that's the drop, a high drop in buying more, recommendations, readiness to forgive, trust, and readiness to try new offerings from the company. So that's the consequence of poor customer experience. Probably nothing new. We all knew that, but to know these numbers is really great. Why? Because we need those numbers in calculating ROI on customer experience. Why do we talk about customer experience, which is a part of all touch points within the customer service, within the contact center and customer service? Well, self-service, all these online platforms, applications, products, and others that people don't touch other people is only half of the puzzle, according to Blake Morgan, and I like her as a customer experience professional. The contact center plays a crucial role. And here we come to a second part, which is employee experience. So customer experience is provided throughout the organization, everything, product, service, self-service, contact center. And contact center is provided with people, technologies, chatbots, voice bots, whatever. But let's talk about people. What's employee experience? Employee experience borrows heavily from the field of customer experience. Actually, it's built on it. So to say what is experience of employee is actually to translate it as if employee would be our customer. So the company's physical workspace, culture, technology are all the important components of the employee experience. So do we provide that great workspace, that encouraging and improving or developing culture? Do we provide all the necessary technology to our employees? And why do we care about it? Well, we created a poll recently in the call center and contact center community. And we asked, do you measure call center agent satisfaction? And then 31% of companies answered, no, we still don't measure contact center agent satisfaction. And 69 is doing that. This is so cool. Why do we care? Because agents leave, and agents are the front line that provide this great customer experience are not great. So the reasons are, according to Ovum is a research company who also created the report on reasons why agents leave. 85% of agents leave or name this reason to leaving the company because they are frustrated, they can't meet customer expectations. That's huge. So we here connect customer experience with employee experience, which is the same. Customer have an expectation and employee wants to meet that expectation. And if the expectation of a customer is not met, then the customer is frustrated. The customer grades company with a poor customer experience, the same to employee. So I believe that at this point, we found the connection between making great customer experience and employee experience at once. That's about meeting customer expectations or delivering customer needs. Well, we'll take this later to the main point on how to work with it. The second huge reason is that agents are not satisfied with the level of training that creates a big knowledge gap. Then 57% miss AI tools that assist them in real time and do simple recurring tasks. So people in the call centers are overloaded. That's not news. And they really need tools that assist them to do that. 25% have no tool to inform management of issues they face. And this is huge. We had, in our experience, a case when agents were not able to help customers and they tried to deliver this information to the management. Well, I believe that they provided the message, but nothing changed. And it caused a great frustration among employees. So what we do with this, we measured customer experience, we measured employee experience, what we create out of that. So lots of stakeholders have to take their role in creating better customer experience and better employee experience. And we believe at Ender Turing that contact center can be and should be a center of experience, both for customers and for employees. How we do that? First of all, we have to create a representative board of all the stakeholders for customer experience. And frontline employees are one of the major stakeholders in this process. Then contact center management, definitely. Marketing and sales guys, yes. Business executives and IT. You can name other departments or other representative stakeholders in your company, depending on its architecture. But these guys should be there for sure. So what we do together, like we gathered our frontline, contact center management, marketing and sales, which is a huge job. If you did that, you already succeed. Business executives, IT together. So then we have to create together KPIs and metrics that actually interconnected. And we have a great example or let's say a framework how to set KPIs and metrics together with all the stakeholders. So first of all, the meaningful measurement, that's actually a part of a name of a book by Greg Kidstrom. And I will share it as useful resources in the end, who named 4 main points of setting KPI to be then possible to calculate return on investment. First of all, it should be consequential. What does it mean, consequential? It means that setting a KPI, we have all of us, all the stakeholders, have to know how it leads to the business outcome. So if we put something in contact center, we really should know a clear path, what the change in this KPI will drive what change in which exactly business metric. Secondly, it should be understandable. So when we put a KPI or a measurement from a customer experience perspective, all the stakeholders should easily understand, not being experts in customer experience, but easy from like first glance understand what does that mean for them exactly. Then third thing, it should be actionable. Yeah, also so how to say easy. Yeah, everybody say that our KPIs, our measurements should be actionable. What it means? It means that if we know the result, what we can do. Do we have all the resources? Do we have all the power to make the change or to take an action? If not all the stakeholders are ready to commit, then just cross it out. There is nothing to do with KPIs and goals that you cannot measure or you cannot act on. The fourth thing is to make it repeatable. So what does it mean? It means that if you measure something, you have to have possibility to measure it again in a very reasonable time frame. So not in 5 years from now, because that previous measurement was so expensive that we cannot afford to make it again in a month, 2 months, 3 months. So it depends, but very close to the first one to see the progress and to take an action. And fifth point, he's not mentioning this. This is our own practice, is to calculate ROI based on industry benchmark and analytics. What it means? It means that if we have a KPI, a measurement, and we know the result, we know how we want to change it, and we can change it. We know how much it will cost us to make this change. Then what will be the change in our final business result? So if it influences costs, then how much? If it influences revenue, then how much? And how much we have to invest in it? in order to get it. Then everybody understand, do we really need this? Usually it is seen that we have a huge number of KPIs and metrics in a contact center that, first of all, nobody can understand why we do this. Secondly, nobody can explain how it influences the business. And from this point, the problem of justifying investment in it. So the contact center is in the position, okay, guys, you push to us those KPIs and we accept it, but then we need an investment to make it through. And I will show you the case just in a minute, how to negotiate, or let's say, discuss this with the stakeholders. Then let's imagine that that's actually the case starts. We also created a very funny poll on what KPI is the most valuable in improving NPS CSAT. Of course, it was fast and not in many details. We couldn't do this because this is in a community. The question should be easy to answer. But you see this drastical option, first call resolution. So everybody just decided that if the customer could solve their problem from the first call or contact, then it really improves. And we have a customer who says, our current FCR is 75%, our goal is 85%. And we can achieve it only when supervisors are full day on the line supporting agents, and we cannot afford it. So here, well, very clear, understandable. And here are the questions that we came up with. First of all, why do we need 85%? How those, okay, the answer is it influences our NPS. Great. How 10% of FCR improvement influences NPS? How many points? How those X points in NPS influence business revenue or cost? And then from this point, how to answer this question? Do we really understand or know or can predict how X points in NPS will influence our revenue or cost? And that's where the report of Experience Management Institute comes in. They calculated influence of customer experience, or I would say we could get it from NPS as well, from 5 grades on those business parameters, like will you recommend, will you buy more? So we can make an assumption or create a hypothesis how this improvement will influence our real business metrics. And then we can calculate how much investment do we need to get to those 85% of FCR, and just match the business outcome of improving this with the investment we have to put in. Does it really match? Will it create unnecessary business impact? The same thing we can do with all other types of metrics. And to calculate the real ROI and justify it on the board of stakeholders, do we really need this metric? Do we really need this change in that metric? And I believe that this is the most powerful thing to do together to skyrocket customer experience. Because if we just create the one line from the business promises that our marketing messages do, the business promises that our sales representatives do, to the customer service, and contact center can support those promises, and then we can calculate our metrics that deliver those promises and deliver that desired business results with the investment that we have to put in. Of course, it will be hypothetical. I mean that we cannot predict 100% accurately on the future how it will influence, but at least we will have those measurements and we can test it in a month, 2 or 3 months from now. how it changes our business. And if it does, then we understand that we have to double down on those. So in this line, we would say that AI is capable to help. And what it really helps with: first call resolution, average handle time, self-service performance, cross-sell, upsell scaling, and contact center specialist training. That's very general, like what type of AI, how we do this. It's not possible to answer generically for all the organizations or across all the industries, but we are ready to share our experience in financial services, banking, insurance, telco, and utilities. So how we do this? First of all, we created a platform for contact center performance management that we're not the only one, so you can go to the market and check something else. So first of all, what we need all the information to be possible for analysis with AI. So we in contact center take not only chats, emails, and all the textual information, we take audios. We transform audios from voice to text. For what? For every conversation to be readable, searchable, and possible to analyze. Then, if we're talking about FCR or any other metric, we decide what text we need in those conversations, what flags and triggers, what topics to analyze for. And we create a very transparent picture of what is influencing this parameter, why we are lagging in it, what we can do with it. And then we also put inside the process a part of AI in the regular process for scorecard pre-filling, supervisor work, so reducing time for conversation review. We drive fast root cause analysis. So if we are talking about first call resolution, we should understand that in many cases, in actually even in two banks working in the same market, the reason for lower FCR would be absolutely different. It can be a broken process. It can be a lack of knowledge. It can be lagging or lame tools that agents have, and so many different reasons for that. And AI can help to discover it much faster. So what we are talking here about, that you don't need anymore a huge department of data analysts, business analysts. So you can just set up a conversation analytics to get this information out. Of course, it will be not done like this, but it's much faster and much cheaper than doing it hands-on. And then the contact center performance platform can help with detailed individual performance review for agents, plus provide personalized training and coaching. So all of this done in one platform easily can help to calculate those ROI, to find out root causes, to set up metrics, and justify it. And thank you for everybody who agreed to an interview before this event. We collected a lot of quotes, and we just placed a few of them here to show what people think about AI in the contact center industry. Well, a lot of good things. And the main idea is that AI is a supportive tool. So it doesn't change or, let's say, substitute people in the call center. It just makes the work of people more efficient, fast, cheaper, and reliable. So what to do now from this point? I was quite fast with this presentation, and if you have questions, you can have is in Zoom in Q&A. Let's have a meeting, share experience, challenges, industry benchmarks, and useful resources. As for the useful resources, we prepared the following things. First of all, we created customer experience survey sample template. We created employee experience survey template. Then we have a template for service scorecard that can be used by AI as well. And I also recommend to use Customer Experience Professional Association materials to check on that. Then a book of Greg Kihlstrom, The Center of Experience and Meaningful Management. That's 2 different books, currently with big discount for Kindle version. Then the report of, if you're interested, I can share it. Just drop me a line on my email here, point 10, oi@enduroturing.com. I can share the link to Experience Management Institute for the ROI on Customer Experience Benchmark for 20 industries. And then, yeah, if you are interested, let's have a demo of Enduro Turing Contact Center Performance Management Platform, where we can show you how to work with metrics in the contact center for improving customer experience, how to justify ROI, what investment it will need to improve some metrics, and just let's discuss what you have on the table. And we're quite curious to see it and to have a brainstorm on that. No strings attached. Thank you very much. We wish you a happy path to better customer and employee experience. If you're just interested to talk more, pin me on LinkedIn or via email, and I would be happy to have a chat. No questions so far. I'm here for you or on LinkedIn. You'll have my contacts, and in 3 hours, we repeat it again. Thank you and see you. Bye.